The main vocalic line is quite straightforward. This simply consists of the familiar vowels A, E, I, O, U, the short vowels, and the corresponding long vowels. The main consonantal line consists of 7 consonants which have a systematic relationship with each other as presented in the form of arm movements, hand and arm movements. The 7 consonants going to form the main consonantal line are B, C, that is hard C, D, F, TH, that is a soft TH, G and H. The consonants going to form the projective group are again 7 in number, and they consist of V, CH, J, P, T, TH, in this case the hard TH, and Y. The consonants going to form the lateral group are sibilants mainly, S, SH, W, X, Z. There are 5 of them, and there are 4 consonants which form the circular group.
Now what we have is a rather closer view of the illustration that I was holding up a moment ago. This enables one to see the 5 groups: the main vocalic line, main consonantal line, the projective group, the lateral group, and the circular group. If one looks now at the main vocalic line, one sees the way in which the position of the arm of the wooden puppet is related to each of the vowels which form this line. For A, the vowel beginning the line, the arm is at its lowest level. The forearm is more or less horizontal. For each successive vowel in the line, the arm is slightly higher, though the angle at which the elbow is bent does not change significantly. It is interesting to note, as one proceeds from A to I to O to U, that for U, that is the U in up, it seems natural that the word up should in fact start with this vowel. At the end of the line one sees UU. This stands for a long U, and is just an illustration that the vocalic line continues from the short vowels onto the long vowels, with the arm moving progressively higher in the same line. The arm moves up parallel to the side of the body, and in a short while I will illustrate this by demonstrating the movements myself. Immediately below the main vocalic line, the photograph of it, one sees the photograph of the positions for the main consonantal line. Now here the initial letter in the line is B, and though it's not very clear perhaps in the photograph, the essence of the line is that the arm is bent at the elbow and the forearm is held across the body, initially more or less level with the mouth for B. Again, the progression is quite simple for each of the letters in the group. For C, the arm is a little higher up, the same for D, F, TH, which is a soft TH as in V, G and H. The highest letter, H, again it's interesting that the word high should begin with this letter. Below that, on the bottom line, one has the elements of the projective group. This is similar in appearance to some of the other groups, that is, the progression from the arm extended at the lowest level for V to its highest level for Y, but a photograph cannot do justice to the elements in this group, since essentially what they involve is a ballistic forward movement of the arm, as in throwing, as in pointing, as in touching. Looking over to the other side of the page, one sees at the top the lateral group. This contains the essence of the lateral group is the sideways movement of the arm across the body, from which it derives its name. The movement across the body, that is, of the right arm to the left across the body, is small for S and gradually increases until you get the maximum movement for Z. The two photographs on the right-hand side of this group are included because when a letter in this group is not an initial letter but a second letter or a final letter in a syllable, the direction of the sideways movement is reversed and the movement is out from the side rather than in across the body, with again the smallest movements out for S and larger movements out for the other elements in the group. Finally, the fifth group, the lateral group, comprises the liquids L, M, N and R. A photograph cannot do justice to this group, since the movement is a very small one indeed. The essence of it, and again it is from this that the group gets its name, is that each sound in the group has associated with it a small turning movement of the arm on its long axis. Looking from the shoulder down to the hand, the movement is smallest for L. The movement is anti-clockwise, slightly larger turning movement for M, still larger for N, and the largest turning movement for R. In the case of R, the movement is so considerable that the hand and arm tend to turn to their full maximum extent anti-clockwise and then reverse clockwise. When an element in this group is associated with another sound element, it modifies it in fairly unexpected ways, since it contributes a turning movement which affects the pattern of the position or movement associated with the other sound. That is why an illustration has been included on the right-hand side of this group of the combination L-A, la. The effect of this is to, the effect of the L element in this is to modify the A position very considerably indeed, so that the hand and arm are raised up as shown, almost as if holding up a lamp. And maybe the form of the word lamp to some extent derives from.
The last bit of this recording has shown the photographs in the book The Physical Foundation of Language, and briefly described the way in which the different elements in the groups of speech sounds are related to the position of the hand and arm. However, as I said, a photograph of a wooden puppet is a very inadequate way of demonstrating what is called gesture, and what I would prefer to describe as speech-related movement.